would go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, shit, wipe his ass with his hands, wipe it on the wall, and then doggy crawl like through his leg. Don't get me wrong, it's fun because you smoke people at the lights and it's loud, it roars. Cops behind you, you fucking shit yourself. But which I would love to go down that route, but I just want to talk to schools.
Then we going live again, so get your snorkels out and let me see some skits. Smoke tires, not drugs, what we teach the kids. I can't man, castrate that rapper, middle finger to the sky, scream fuck, rap the bit, cops trying to.
All right, here we are. Troy Candy Chit Chat Dis Dat, episode 5 with Trey. Episode 5, I'm pretty much a professional podcaster by now. So, look, sure, if you guys follow me, you now know who Trey is, or you might have already known before you followed me. But lately, we've been hanging out heaps, been doing a lot of stuff. He's been doing the G-Up stuff with us, events, promotions, and then now LMCT, jumping in with the giveaways, coming to meet and greets and stuff like that, which is awesome.
It's been crazy.
It has been nuts. And, so I guess to tell you guys how did I link up with you? Oh, actually
3 years ago.
we got photos together at a meet when I didn't know you.
It was the breast cancer.
Oh, the breast cancer
I was on
pink.
Yeah, I was up here on a holiday and my holiday ended like, let's say the 10th. And then you were throwing it on the 11th and I found out last second. So we like moved our flights, booked an extra day.
No way.
Yeah, that was when you had it at the spit.
I didn't even, I thought you lived here then.
No, we're on a holiday. We extended it. We were
True.
like, Troy Candy's throwing a meet.
Yeah, wow.
And then
when did we start like actually talking and shit? Why did we start talking?
Oh, because you seen one of my talking videos.
True.
And you
Let's do some
commented
content
on
or
it,
something maybe.
And then I was talking about relationships, how like girls aren't a distraction if you don't let them be.
Yeah.
And you commented and then followed and then...
Yeah. So
I
long
know.
story short, I saw stuff, even though I don't even think I was following Trey. Well, I wasn't, but his clips were going quite viral, mainly on TikTok too.
Yeah, TikTok.
And then they're popping up on Reels. And I like a lot of, I think we think the same. I'm a lot older, but I think a lot of our morals are the same. So, I resonate with it. And I'm sure a lot of young dudes look up to you and learn from it too, which is why I wanted to get you on today.
I think you understand it, whereas other people, they look up to it and they want to think like that, whereas you already do. So seeing a young dude think like that, you're like, fuck, switched on.
Yeah,
You know what I
well,
mean?
that's
relate.
how old are you?
23.
See, that's what surprised me, bro. Like, fuck, at 23, I was fucking, I was not in any position to be giving people advice. Let's just say that. And for your age, man, you're pretty fucking switched on, and it's fuck. When did you like?
I don't know. It just came. I don't really like giving advice on things that I don't really know.
Yeah.
Like my advice that I give and the content that I create is just, I was a lost kid, didn't know where I was going, and now I'm here and I'm just kind of giving advice on how I got here. I'm not saying do this, do that, but fuck, bro, if you're a 15-year-old dude in Australia and like split home, parent dead, you're like, where do I go? Who do I look for? So I'm just trying to be that older brother, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. I love what
like
you do.
guidance.
I think it's rare, and especially for your age, to have your head on that screwed on that straight. And I mean, I think one of the biggest challenges now that you're going to find is now, like, you're living a pretty fucking crazy life, bro, for your age. Like, I mean, look at the weekend. We're cruising around in fucking Rolls Royces, staying in 5-star hotels, doing fucking $6,000-$7,000 dinners, going to huge meet and greets with heaps of people,
Yeah, it's pretty
burnouts, and you're 23, bro. So
Yeah.
I think the
like
big
it,
next
though.
challenge for you is going to be steering straight without getting distracted.
I think there's reasons behind everything I do. Like what you just said, the $7,000 dinners and things like that is, if I were to say that, some people see it as, oh, look at this guy, cocky, things like that. I like that I'm doing this to show where I was and be like, that's you, this is me, we resonate here, this is how I done it and this is how you can be there. It gives people hope. Like I said, when I was a kid and I was lost and things like that, that's where these kids that are looking up to me are at. They're like, fuck, well, if he's there, I can be there too. And it's not just like, I'm making $100K a year, I work as a doctor. I'm doing these crazy things that most people don't do. So it's like pushing boundaries and it's just opening people's minds to what's possible. And I'm not sitting here like, yeah, this is just sick. I'm at these dinners and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I got Troy, Adrian, I'm wigging out too. This isn't just like, oh yeah, just another day. I'm in a Rolls Royce. I'm sitting in the back seat like, what the fuck is going on?
Even with Adam, bro,
Right.
like you work side by side with Adam.
Yeah.
He's one of the most successful younger dudes that I know. Same thing, very motivational, good speaker, lots to learn from, but he's also living a crazy lifestyle where I see he throws you the keys to the Lambo and
Yeah.
shit like that.
It's such a wig out, but like I love everything and I love the network that I built, and I like hanging out with people like yourself, Adrian, Adam, against people that are just my age doing the everyday thing, because I learned so much, and I'm trying to take the advice I get from you guys and relay it back to my audience through the mind of a 20-year-old kid. Like I just got thrown in the deep end with all you big dogs, and I'm like, fuck, what's going on? All right, boys, what's actually happening here? And try and educate them on how they can get in this route. Because like sitting in a room with Troy Candy, like it's hectic. I see you as your friend now. But like people be like, fuck, how did you get invited on there? Like, how did you guys meet? How are you friends now? It's like, okay, I actually put in years of work behind the scenes. He seen my stuff, resonated with me. I'm a good guy. And then we became friends. It wasn't like, yo, Troy, let's hang out.
Yeah.
It just gives them kind of
It's a lot
strategies and
Yeah, it wasn't just luck of the draw.
Yeah.
It was, all your hundreds of hours of practicing talking in front of the camera and making content and
sure.
stuff. It's eventually got out and bang, bang, bang. But I guess it's hard to like in that, now that you're like being so incredibly young and being around that, I guess to on a distraction level is like, even sometimes I get distracted. So even probably like, I've been doing some pretty wild shit for a long time. And even just since we launched G Up, I said, I've got to stop sending it every single weekend and everything. So I started saying, I'll just send it if it's a special occasion or someone's birthday. And sure enough, every fucking weekend is a special. Like you'll never see me, no offense to people that go to clubs or whatever and stuff like that.
on a random
But you'll
day.
never see me at a club because every single weekend is something fucking crazy. Like we got to go to an island or go to party on a yacht, or we've got helicopters going somewhere and we're going. So then I started going, fuck, I can't say I'm going to send it only on special occasions because so now it's like,
especially in this world.
yeah. So like now it's like, it's very hard not to get like, fuck, the vibes are good. Everyone's here. This is sick. I'm gonna absolutely launch.
Go
blah
and not
blah.
drink, and then you have one, and then it leads to
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
so I get sucked in at this age, and I've been around a lot of shit. So how you are? That's what I'm saying is, I guess you're coming up to a crazy time in your life where now you've got access to this crazy stuff. You've got two things you can keep learning and grabbing stuff and implementing it, or you can you could get sidetracked and just be like, you know what I mean? It's pretty wild.
With
for
my
your-
personality, I just like, if they're having fun, I'm going to have fun too. And I don't get FOMO. Like I'll see people out partying, but if I'm there and they're like, everyone's ramping up, like, yeah. But obviously, like I take it a little step too far. And
we've had some good nights.
and then like that's just me. And I used to do that as a kid as well. Like I'd ask mum to go to a party. She'd say no. So I'd sneak out, go to a party, send it a little bit hard, and then fall asleep in the gutter. And then there was a point where I was like 18 and I realized I was like, yo, that's doing nothing. And I went 2 years sober.
Yeah.
And then obviously
you
I met
did?
Brielle.
Oh, shit.
Because when I started talking to Brielle, her family aren't big drinkers. And I went 2 years and we didn't really drink, nothing, just grinded content. And then, I guess like now I'm in that stage of I do have access to these things and things are happening every weekend. I'm able to, I'm allowed to, no one's telling me no, I can afford it. So it's having that discipline to not do that. And then I'll do it one weekend and be like, oh, you did so good. And then the next weekend you'll go again, double down to make up for that. So that's what I was saying before. Like this is a journey for me. And
You're just still
I'm still
finding it out.
finding my way, learning myself. And I feel like I'm pretty switched on for my age, but I'm not at the point where I don't stop learning from people. Like I like talking
But you
with
won't be,
people.
bro. Like, fuck, I'm learning every fucking day. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just like a little sponge, man, just seeing how people made money, how people made themselves better, how did people get fitter, how did this, and I'm just like,
So like
you
that's
know.
just all part of my journey. Like that as you know, is my thing is like struggle to say no when I don't have to. And if I want to do that, I can do that. I'm going to. I think that's always come from when I was a kid, and my mum always tells me, she's like, I used to ask for a cookie. And she's like, all right, just one. And then I'd be like, can we please have two? She's like, all right, fine, two. And then I would haggle always more. Like I'd always want the most. So if I'm like, bro, I would just go out for one drink. All right, let's just lean it to two. And
Just keep pushing.
It keeps pushing. So
Yeah.
it's
Try
something
and-
I'm working on.
Try and push me too, you little
yeah,
bastard.
it's Troy Candy. But yeah, it's all a journey, and
Yeah.
that's something that you got to be self-aware of it. You can't just be, no, I'm sweet, bro. Like,
Oblivious.
yeah.
At least you're like sort of like, yeah. I'm
you
like,
know you're
that's-
in the
yeah,
wrong, and you're like, fuck, all right, I shouldn't be doing that. Next week, I'm not going to do that, but let's try and pull the reins back a little bit,
Yeah.
and a little bit, and a little bit. Because let's just say you're an alcoholic, you're not just going to be like, oh, I'm done drinking.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, I'm going to go from 10 wine bottles to 9,
Yeah.
and then 8, and it's a slow.
Yeah, bring it back. I guess I reckon probably one of the biggest things that a lot of, especially younger people, are looking and go, how the hell is this guy 23? Yeah, he blew up, he's following a bit and blah, blah. But like how? Like I guess you would get asked, I get asked, oh, I want to start creating content. I want to do this. When we started hanging out, which is probably, would you say, a year now?
Yeah, about 12 months.
I don't know. And look, let's just say how many followers were you on then? And followers, then this is what I'm getting to because followers isn't everything.
Yeah,
but
like half, at least half.
What's
of
that?
I have now. Yeah, like 50K.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But, and this is what I'm saying, followers aren't everything because you were one of the very rare people that I realized your following would see you in the street, say hi, ask for a photo, do this, do that. I'll hang out with people with 1 million followers and no one even bats an eye or recognizes them or
Yeah.
says anything. But when I was like, holy shit, this guy is so young, his following's not huge, but fuck, people want to sign their shoes, fucking get photos, do this, do that. And that's when I'm like, this guy's obviously really resonated with a lot of people. Now, I came in at, say, the 50K mark. What got you to there? Because I think you weren't, cars is more newer. It was more fitness, wasn't
Yeah, well,
it?
cars is since you, Shady, and, this
Oh,
whole
true.
one. Yeah, it's recent. Honestly, like I never really blew up. I never really done trends, things like that. I
You just chipped away.
Yeah, I just wanted an audience where I spoke like this for someone to listen and actually give a shit. Because like everyone talks in this world, but no one listens. And it's not what's said, it's who says it. Like Bob over there could say one thing and people are like, yeah. And if Troy Candy says that exact same thing, they listen because it's you. And I just wanted that, like, I don't know, status behind me.
To be taken serious.
Yeah, because I feel like when I talk, there's some sort of value to be taken from it. And I've always just done little talks, and obviously mainly the gym, and then it kind of just blossomed into this. But I've never, like my highest viewed video is probably like 3 million on TikTok. I've never hit like 10 millies, and Instagram is like 800,000. Whereas some people, like, they go viral for something, and I've just slowly.
But see, I think that's what it is. That's the difference. People get 1 million followers off, they might get a viral video, it's 40 million views.
Yeah.
But no one can connect to that person.
I don't even want that.
It's just,
I don't want to go viral.
it's just a viral video. They followed it in case any more funny shit comes up.
Yeah.
But if that person with 1 million followers tries to sell a hat,
Yeah.
who's going to buy it? Because they haven't been on the journey. They haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. Followers isn't everything. I think building a genuine community and a genuine following, you have to be relatable. You have to share your whole life online
Vulnerable.
because people want to follow the journey and realize that you're just a normal person too, so they can do it.
Yeah.
But
Well, you just got to be vulnerable, bro. If I'm having a bad day, I'll tell them. It's not just like highlights. Look, I'm Dan Bilzerian, girls, boats, and cars.
Yeah.
It's boys. I'm fucking struggling too. Like
And you think that's what's helped? And like I said, you were very young and you started doing content and gym content. Do you think it was because people seen you sort of just come up from like nothing? And
it's the story, bro. It's a story. I did make a 10-minute TikTok, and it's now at 1 million views of my story. And like,
Really?
yeah, 10 minutes.
That's sick.
First, it went crazy because
Fuck, you getting paid for that?
no, TikTok, bro. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, fuck it, you know, and I spoke about my real name and things like that, and people would just,
You only just found out that.
yeah.
No, remember when I was booking your plane tickets?
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Hey, what's your name?
But yeah, like small things like that, people are like, fuck, okay. And like you said, I am young, and the boys that look up to you, I'm their age, and they kind of want to see the journey and
Yeah.
just relate. I'm just a normal person. The issue with social media and icons is like, especially when you're young, you can't comprehend that it's just another person. You look at this person, you kind of see him not like a god, but it's almost like they're not real, and you look up. And then when they watch my content, they're like, yo, that's my bro.
Yep.
I'm like a friend. I'm not an
Yeah.
influencer. It's like, oh yeah, Trey, hey, I'm struggling with this. Hey.
You're not unattainable.
No, I'm just like one of
Yeah.
the boys. And when
Yeah.
I meet them, they come up to me and yeah, they say like, brother, you've changed my life, things like that. They come up, hey Trey, nice to meet you. They shake my hand as if you're, like, hi. Like we're friends.
Almost give you a hug.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, isn't like I'm this big superstar with all these followers. I'm struggling, bro. I'm gonna teach you how to not struggle and look at my car, look, I'm sitting with Troy, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
It's just fucking
I think and this is like when I go into more detail about some of the content that stood out for me when I didn't know you. One, like this is what I'm saying for your age is crazy. Things like having no ego, like, you know, you will be vulnerable and say, fuck, I hated my teeth, so I'm getting veneers. Whereas a normal 23-year-old wouldn't tell anyone that their teeth are fake, and they'd be like, nah, they're real. Or, you know, like, fuck me. But everyone freaked out when I just posted I'm going to get a hair transplant. People like, they're also like, all these dudes came out of the shadows like, where are you going? How much was it? This, that, bro. That's been my number one most asked thing ever is hair transplant questions. It is fucking crazy. Yet no one talks about it.
Well, even when you brought out your physique, you were like, oh, I don't know if I should post this. I don't know if people are going to like this. Bro, like, they look up to you in every aspect. And then when they're like, all right, he has the car, he has this, and he's fucking jacked, you know, it's not.
Yeah, but
know
I
what I
mean, what I'm saying is I'm fucking nearly 35, bro, and I'm finally at that point in life where I don't give a fuck. I'll post whatever if I got.
There's still things
if I got
like I
fucked
keep
teeth,
behind
if I got
closed door. Like there's so many things that I only bring out, and I don't know if you know. Remember Andrew that was there? We were talking for like hours on the weekend, and I kind of opened up to him. But there's certain things that I'm happy to talk about this, and I'm happy to talk about that. But then there's things that I'm not yet comfortable to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
Like for example, the reason why I wear trackies is because I fucking like trackies. But there was a point where I was like in high school, I'd only wear trackies because my legs were so skinny, and I was insecure about them.
Yeah,
But
okay.
now I'm not.
Yeah.
Which people think it still is because I wear them, but I just like trackies.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a journey. Eventually, I'll become comfortable and.
But even what about like one thing I noticed? Yeah, how you're saying, like you make a relationship look cool. Like when I was 23, it was how many bitches can you smash?
Oh, with Brielle.
Fuck
she's
bitches,
the
this, that. Like when you're 23,
Yeah.
you're talking about, man, I picked up this chick, picked up that chick,
Yeah,
this.
fuck that.
But for your age, you're saying like, hey guys, being in a solid relationship, that's
Yeah.
what's cool. Like I'm, and this is what I'm saying. This is why we're on the same level is I agree. And this is what I preach.
Yeah.
I always talk about mine and this relationship saying this is the best thing ever. But I'm also nearly 35. It's crazy. Like where do you get, why do you think you are just,
I don't know. Like I could say, growing up, split family, you know, and all my past, like dad not being there, I want to be that dad in the future, things like that. But I just love.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm not a weak man and all pudgy. I just love. Like my count's fucked 4 chicks, and I've dated 4 chicks, and I've dated them all for over 6 months, and I want to fuck them for the first 2.
Yeah.
Like, and Brielle, we've been together for 5 years. I wouldn't have sex for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
You just really appreciate like good companionship.
Well, I've always wanted someone like Brielle, and then I've had like the crazy at the beginning, and then I've had a girl that I think is attractive, a bad personality, flipped it, and then I got Brielle, who's the best thing ever. But it's not like I've never gone to a nightclub and be like, oh, I want sex.
Yeah.
I've just
So that's what I mean. An average 23-year-old.
don't get me wrong. I look at a chick and I'm like, yeah, that would be good to do that. But even when I was like 18, I just that.
Prefer to.
Yeah, I just wanted the relationship. I want what I have now. And the fact that I was
I've
hunting
even
that-
noticed when you're out, bro. Like even on the weekend, we're out at that bar. It's obviously a lot of attractive women and stuff here at one of the fucking best bars in Sydney.
Yeah.
And like you're just running around just trying to find more drinks and fucking dance. Like,
But she knows that too. Like I'm in.
oh, she knows what you
I'm
like
in-
when she's not around.
I tell her. She calls me at 1 a.m. She's like, "Are you still awake?" I'm like, "You're damn right." And you know. And I tell her, I'm like, "I'm going to Sydney with Troy. I'm gonna get absolutely blind and go to a nightclub." Like I'm open. You should see my phone. I send her voice messages through the night, video
I
calls.
was
and-
opposite. I told my missus, I said, "Don't worry, babe. I'm wearing slides, so we won't get out." And then I
No.
got in.
I'm so honest with her, bro. But like, that's just not normal either. Because I say to her, I'm like, either trust me or don't. But if you don't, it's your loss. Because
Yeah.
I know in my heart that I'm a good person. Same with you. It's like I'll talk shit to your face, but behind your back, I'll say, like
Yeah.
I'm loyal as.
Yeah.
And I feel like she wouldn't find that. It's going to be hard for her to find that if she leaves me, and she appreciates. And it's vice versa. Like when I'm in Sydney, I just trust that she's at home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was she?
Exactly. Exactly. You never know someone's true intention, so
yeah.
it's trust.
Yeah,
And
it
it's,
is.
It's good to have.
But I think, you know, like I said, you're actually got a huge influence. You've got like kids that come up to you and see you in person. They really follow you.
For sure.
So like you've got that weight on your shoulders too, where
I don't
Like-
see it as weight because I'm not faking it. You know what I
no,
mean?
but like see me, there's a lot of stuff I wanted to keep posting. Like people like, what happened to the old Troy Candy doing tip-ins in the intersections, binning VTs on the
Yeah, I
street.
see.
And then, bro, I used to get messages from like dad saying, hey, little Tommy here, I gave him a VT for his 18th. Him and his mates kicked it in and smashed it in reverse at 100. That was his good car. Like, I'm like,
You're at fault.
fuck.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
like, fuck. Like, I feel bad. Or, you know, I do a skit, I do a meet, and everyone wants to impress me and stuff, and they drive more than they're capable of. And, you know, so like, I feel like I've got a sense of weight on my shoulders where, yeah, I've got an influence for good, but I've
Yeah.
also got an influence for bad even on accident. So
Yeah.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's pretty cool how you set a good example for saying, you know, you put happy relationship on a pedestal instead of pulling pussy,
For sure.
or you know, business and stuff.
I'd just give them an option. You know what I mean? Like they look up to all these influencers, people in our position, and that's what they preach. So then it's like almost refreshing when they watch someone like us and they're like, oh, he's in a relationship and he's still at clubbing. He's still doing all these things that you should put under the door when you get a girlfriend. You can't hang out with the boys. You can't do this. I do everything, you know, and I have a girlfriend. And they wouldn't believe that it's possible. They wouldn't think that there's girls out there like that until they see what we have and they're like, oh, fuck, all right, maybe I won't be a little delinquent on the weekend and chase all these girls because that's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not, bro, if you're an 18-year-old dude and you go out for puss, Matt, go ham. There's hot girls out there if that's what you want. I'm
Yeah.
not judging you.
No, just
It's
more mean a lot of people put it on the pedestal and say,
Yeah.
it's the fucking best. I got Tinder,
But
smashed
I don't believe
five
this is
chicks on the
possible,
weekend.
bro. These days, these girls, these
Yeah.
guys, they all just go out with bad intentions.
Yeah.
So they almost don't.
Man, it's getting scary. Like
They don't
me and
believe.
Anita were talking the other day. We actually met just as Tinder started.
Yeah.
So we had a good old fashioned meet. Like went to a bar, met out drinking. A date.
Yeah.
Whatever. Put her away on the first night. Bowls.
Can he move?
But it's still like, you know, now people have just got so much access for like fresh puts. Like they can just go
Yeah.
Tinder, Instagram, TikTok, this, like that, DM that.
Doesn't mean they have
And
to.
Yeah, I know, but I don't get me wrong. I think it's fucking nuts. But you know, they have a fight. Fuck this. Message their boys.
It's because
Let's go
they
out
have
fucking-
they have extra options. It's like my crazy thing isn't getting in a relationship. It just blows my mind how they can't hold it. Like they just constantly argue. What is there to argue about? Like if you're an 18-year-old person with an 18-year-old like girlfriend, what are you arguing about? 9 times out of 10, it's
Yeah.
fucking jealousy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
jealousy, and then which comes back on insecurity.
Yeah.
Like I'm jealous of her being near you because it's Troy Candy and he has more followers. That's
Yeah.
just me being insecure.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know what I mean? And it just blows my
Yeah.
mind. And that's why I'm trying to teach them is when I go to these clubs, it's not like I don't have options. I'm not
Hmm.
fat, ugly. You know what I mean? I could leverage, hey, I'm with Troy Candy. You want to come back? You know, that could work. Because people say you're only loyal to your options.
Yeah.
They're clearly there. Brielle's hot. They're clearly there. And we stay loyal.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to teach these people. Fairy tales exist. You don't have to go out and just search puss, but if you do, that's your choice.
So I tell people, you know, until you have a kid, then you got some excuses to argue.
Yeah, kids changed.
I reckon we
the
didn't
game.
have one argument till we had Saint, and then it's just like
Well,
you
then
just
you're
got
locked in.
you got a third, like you've got that extra. You can't think about yourself anymore. It's like, all right, I'm going to miss this appointment because I got him today because you're going there, or I got to do this,
Yeah.
or you're wrecked, you didn't get sleep. So look, I'll cancel that. I'll stay with him so you can sleep, and it's but
It's like
I-
running
I
with your
agree.
legs tied together.
Yeah, I agree though. Before that,
Work
it's
together.
like I always said to Anita when I first met her, and because I've been through so many big relationships, like some of them, like 4 years, a couple of them, I said straight up very early in the relationship, look, I don't argue, I don't yell, I don't name call. If we've got a disagreement, or I've done something wrong, or you've done something wrong, I'll constructively talk.
Yeah.
And if I find us talking and it's not fixing something, I'll walk out and leave. And I've been like that till this day. If we start name calling
Yeah.
or bringing up shit from the past or whatever, I'm just like, look, because this isn't helping what's just happened.
Yeah, it's
So I'm
all or
very
nothing.
like, it has to be constructive, and I like to resolve things. I like to communicate too. So like,
For sure.
hey, I've been feeling like this, and this is why it's made me feel like this. And then it might be a misjudgment or this, that, or miscommunication, whatever. But yeah, I think like people take the piss and throw in the towel so easy.
Not
now.
only you got to be willing to, communicate, but fucking listen. Like,
Hmm.
I may be right 100%, and Gabriel has a point. I'm like, all right, I'll
Yeah.
listen, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong. But but there'll be times where we argue, and sometimes she wins and it fucking kills me. But I'm like, yeah, all right. Like I'm always down to debate.
Hmm. Yeah.
But if I lose, I don't have an ego, and I'm like, oh fuck,
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's the same with your friends. Like sometimes my friends will step out of line, and I'll pull them up. I'll be like, listen, you don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Or we have a miscommunication on something, and we'll communicate over it, not just like, oh, what a dog. Maybe a day later or something like that.
Yeah, let it cool
But
off and
communication is
yeah.
just everything. People are just too immature to sit down and have a conversation. They're just like, fuck you, blah, blah, we're done. You hate me. You don't, and then that's it.
So what's next then, bro? You're 23. You're getting some gigs with us. You're working with Adam. You got some sponsors. What are you want to ride that out for a bit, or have you got something that you got your eyes set
I
on?
want to talk to schools, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
So-
been my goal. Talking to schools.
I guess you can't really monetize that. That's more just a personal goal.
Yeah, like I could monetize talking
Seminars.
to seminars.
Yeah.
But and which I would love to
Yeah.
go down that route, but I just want to talk to schools.
See, that's the hard thing too. Is say your biggest demographic would be 18-year-old males. I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Pretty
An
correct.
18-year-old male's normal mentality wouldn't be to spend money on investing, making themselves better.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you're 35, you go to a seminar because you're like, I want to learn how to be fitter.
Well, they also
I wanna
can't
learn-
afford, like the seminar
Yeah.
Adam went to, people were paying like $1,000 tickets.
Yeah.
If I put on my story like, hey, 15-year-old boy, do you want to spend $1,000 to come watch me talk for an hour? They just wouldn't. But
Yeah,
like,
but you'd be happy to do it just to.
yeah, well, I'm going down to Melbourne this weekend, and if I were to talk to schools, I'd just reach out, hey, I'm down there, can I have like an hour of their time? And they're going to do an assembly anyways, I'll just pop in, have a talk, and, step off.
That's mad. It's funny you say that because a few years ago, that's what I wanted to do, but just with cars, so with hooning and shit.
Right.
Because I've had so many loss of license, I've had mates dead, I've
Yeah.
cars written off, it's pretty crazy shit.
Either way, it's an influence.
And I'm the same now. I know people are watching this going, shut, man, you do skids, but you'll never see me pump a set in traffic, endanger anyone else's lives.
Yeah.
My mates can vouch for it. If I'm going to go,
I can vouch
I'll
for it.
send with the boys in the car, but if I'm going to go full send, I'll say, hey, get out and film.
Yeah,
Because I'm going to fucking tip this bitch in.
Yeah. But it's not in the middle of the highway. or
Yeah,
nothing.
I've learned a lot. So, that's just funny
But
that
with
you say
schools
that.
is the best because it's like I remember being in school, you can just relate with the kids. You're sitting there and the teacher comes in, we have a special guest. He's from the White House. I don't give a fuck. Like Donald walks in or whatever, Mitch the Richards, and I'm like, I don't care. Because I'm a kid, I don't want to talk about shit. But it's like, we got a special guest. Troy Candy is going to show you some of his skids and why they're bad. They're invested and
Yeah.
they listen to what you say.
What's funny you say that, I get a lot of parents reach out and they're like, hey, little Timmy's just been off the fucking rails. He won't listen to us, won't listen to teachers. If you could just send me a message,
Yeah.
a video message just saying, hey buddy, fucking school's important. stay in school. Pee in your pants is cool.
Yeah, Billy Madison. He did it.
Don't you ever leave. But yeah, it's funny you say that because obviously it's the same thing. You know, they really look up to. I guess they'll listen to people they idolize.
They also listen to people they don't feel have authority over them.
Yeah.
Like if you walk into a classroom, you have to listen to your teacher. So it kind of pisses you off because even if I don't want to, I'm forced to.
Yeah.
But if they walk into a classroom and their teacher's replaced with Troy Candy, they'll be like, oh, yeah, straight to their seats. What does Troy have to say?
Yeah.
They're like eager.
Yeah.
And you would notice that at school if you go into your classroom and there's a teacher you actually like your PE teacher who's a mad cunt. You're like, fuck yeah, what's up?
I
And
swear everyone just like their PE teacher.
because they relate. They're like, what's up, bro? You know, they're not like, sit down. But you
Yeah.
want to listen. You want to learn.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I walked on and I had some sort of script for, 30 minutes, what's up? I used to be there. I'm now here. It's possible. Just like a little glimpse of hope. They're not just
So
gonna
someone
be
will
in
probably
office.
watch this and fucking hit you up after this.
Yeah, for sure. Like I would love to. It
That's sick.
scares the fuck out of me. Like I'm in the shower and I'm like thinking of what I should say. Hey, and fuck, oh, can't swear.
Yeah.
Small
yeah,
thing
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So it'd be a work in progress, but
Well, that's like
shit.
the best thing. Even like this gig I did for Kev at the Tattoo Expo.
Oh yeah,
Normally, I just wouldn't have time to do something like that.
yeah.
But I was like, you know what? It scares the fuck out of me getting up on stage. There was like a fair few thousand people there, and hosting the shittest tattoo thing. So for me, it wasn't just the job. I was like, I want to take it on because I know after I do it, in my head I've leveled up. Because I feel like
100%.
anything that scares you, once you get it done, how happy are you? You're like,
Yeah.
whether it's gym or whether it's a problem that you got to solve, like someone you got to talk to about something, or whether it's like, standing up in front of a crowd or driving or whatever it is, once like something you just keep putting off and then you're like, nah, fuck, I'm just going to do it. And then after you do it, you're like, oh, that was sick.
That relief. You feel
Yeah.
proud. And I think the best thing that comes from it is confidence. I made a video the other day, is like now when he calls you next year, hey, brother, you want to come do this tattoo expo? You won't have that same fear because you're like, I've done it before, I can do it again.
Yeah.
And there's like, fuck yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Come on.
100%.
You know?
Well, it was a 2-day thing. So I did it on the Friday or the Saturday.
Yeah.
And when Sunday came, I was actually pumped for it.
This is what I tell people, bro, when it comes to like going for a run. They're like, oh, I can't do that. And they struggle all the way through. They finish it. They're like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. Then if you tell them a week later, let's go for a run, they'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I did it last week.
Yeah.
But it's that initial,
Yeah, you just got
just
to...
get it done, bro.
I'm the same with business now. If something doesn't scare me, like
Yeah.
I won't take it on because it's not big enough. Like whether it's starting a new platform or investing in a new business or taking on a new role or doing something, if it's like, it's almost like if it's too safe, it's not going to pay off enough.
But that comes
Does that
from
make sense?
experience
Like-
of the past. Like if you take the easy jobs versus the hard jobs, in experience, the hard jobs have always paid off the best.
Yeah.
That's why you have that mindset. But that initial of, yes, I will invest every dollar into this, it may or may not work. That's what people are fucking fearing because
Yeah.
they don't have the...
Same as the house, bro. Like when I got this,
Yeah,
the payments on the house scared the fuck out of me, and I was like tossing up at like a smaller house, and I was like, I don't know, it just doesn't. And even like that's what's
Anita
good
said
about having
yes.
people around me. Like when shit like that happens, and my mind's all over the place,
Yeah.
I generally ring Adrian. I'm like, bro, this is a situation. What do you reckon? And of course, he's like, fucking send it. Send it. Fuck, get it, bro. You'll be so hungry knowing they're your repayments.
Yeah, yeah.
You won't back off. And he's like, bro, what are you going to get the other house for? In fucking 6 months' time, you'll fucking be ready to move again. And,
Yeah.
and it's same with like everything in my life. Like when I was started Eye Candy, when I was fucking 21, I was like, that was so scary leaving mum's garage. And she's like, nah, I can't deal with it anymore. There's too many customers here.
Yeah.
Get a factory. That scared the fuck
risk.
out of me. I've never signed a lease. Started working out my minimum I got to earn just to keep my head above water. And then bang, 12 months later, I'm looking for a bigger factory. Got a one that made me feel sick.
And
Mate,
it's built to here.
it's like, yeah.
It escalated from that
And
to here.
everything that I've done that has made me feel sick after it, whether it's personal development, business, confrontation, after it, I'm like, fuck, I'm so glad I fucking did that.
100%. Do you ever feel like you, what was I saying? It was something like, well, kind of, yeah. it was different, but you bite off more than you can chew because if you don't chew it, you're gonna choke.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
basically the same thing. I kind of did this when I reached out to you or reached out to Adam and got ignored for 3 months. You know.
Did ya?
Yeah, motherfucker, ignored me for 3 months. But yeah, and then it's all paid off into this. But sorry, what I was saying is before when you asked me what's next for you, what's your goal? You know, like I said, next is just keep doing this and then avenues into this and this. But I don't really have long-term goals when it comes to like 5 years. Do you? Like if I said, I don't because I didn't know 5 years ago I was going to be here.
Yeah.
So I can't just be like, there I want to be there because then I'm almost selling myself short or I just kind of go with the
I think
flow.
if my
with-
5 year goals, there's more things like, you know, I picture having maybe a bigger family, maybe a daughter,
Yeah.
you know, but as far as like, you know, what my dream car is or what house I want to be in, bro, did you went to my last house that we gave away, the Candyland?
Yeah.
Bro, how crazy is this, right? When I moved up to Gold Coast and then I stayed here for 6 months and then we we're going to move back to, the plan was to go back to Melbourne, but we just fell in love with Gold Coast. So I started looking at houses and my budget was like $1 million. And anyway, we went and looked at that house and it was 1.65. And I was like, fuck, I don't know why. You know what? Let's go look in it because then we'll know what to expect for $1 million house if we're paying too much, too less.
Yeah.
And we walked in and we were like, oh my God, like we hadn't even stayed in an Airbnb that nice. Like
Yeah.
when we go on like
This
our
is
dates, like we'd stay in, you know, we would never even stay in a house that nice. And we walked in and we were like, holy shit, this house is wild, blah, blah. And I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And I rang my, you know, Panna, his mum does all our finance.
Yeah.
Shout out Financial Way. And I rang her and just said, hey, look, say we did spend 1.65.
If
What do you reckon? She's like, bang, bang, bang. We're payments to be this, payments to be that. I said to her, I'm like, fuck, I love that house. She's like, same. Like,
let's make it work.
long story short, I sold heaps of toys. I had all the pink cars, the pink Range Rover, the GDSR Maloo,
Yeah.
because I was always going to keep a GDSR sedan and a Maloo. Anyway, a bit of a sacrifice. Got rid of a heap of toys. Got that. And then the day we took the keys, we walked in and me and Anita looked at each other. I'm like, I've just done my balls, but we're in our forever home. Like, we were so sure
I remember you saying that.
that was
the
our
other week.
forever home. Bro, I think we stayed there 2 years.
Yeah.
It went from forever home to 2 years.
Yeah.
And this new house is fucking...
When we went in there the other day, you walked in and you were like, oh, this isn't that big. Because it's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you first looked at it, it's
bro, it was
fucking crazy.
450 square, which is big. 5 bedroom, 5 baths.
Yeah. So on that note, right, this is like in my journey, I'm just trying to find myself and I want to be, you know, a father with Brielle. And my thing is there's always common denominators, which is me, Brielle, like family and friends. And it's like in my position, I always put things on paper to make me understand it better is like I'm in a house, I don't own it, so obviously I want to own a house. I have my girlfriend, I have a car, I have good friends, and I have a solid amount of money. In 10 years' time, I will have my girlfriend, a nicer car, a little bit of a nicer house, still the same friends. 10 years after that, I'll have my girlfriend, a little bit of a nicer house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like house, money, and cars are just like can slowly get better. But then Brielle, my friends, and things like that stay the same. When does it end?
Yeah.
Like this house is hectic. So in 2 years' time, is it like, oh, I need more. Because
Yeah.
that's what freaks me out is because I am the guy that always wants more. But I feel like if you go too far, it consumes you and then pulls you away from girlfriend, family, friends.
Well, you can see it 2 ways, bro. There's a source of hunger that you can't let die in you. Like, Adrian could retire and he could retire his son and his son and his son, or
Yeah.
daughter,
And
daughter,
the son.
daughter,
Yeah, daughter.
whatever. But he's so fucking hungry. He does never sleep in, or if he slept in because he's up till 3 a.m. working, and I just like when I said to him, like, "What's your biggest thing?" and he said, "You know, I grew up broke. I remember when I was like, he didn't grow up broke, but he had times where he had to sell shit to make payments. You know, fucking sell parts around the house to pay rent, whatever."
Yeah.
And he's like, I remember saying, I'll never want to be this poor again. And he goes, in my head, that's what I still tell you that. I'm so scared of fucking being where I was. So he just,
He said that to me at Fisher's party when we we're having a couple of drinks.
Oh, there you
And
go.
He was drunk and he said the same
yeah.
thing. So
Yeah, and for me, I feel like you need that sense of like, and this is probably one of my biggest changing things I learned when I was 25 and I bought my Ferrari and I can't tell you how unhappy I was until I had that Ferrari. Like I'd be on sick holidays. I'd had sick cars. I had all my VE clubbies and everything.
Yeah.
I fucking hated them and I was down because I didn't have Ferrari. One thing that learned, because once I got the Ferrari, 3 months it wore off and I was fully at the back thing.
back on the
I was like, it's all good to want shit, but as long as you're grateful for what you got
yeah.
and appreciate what you got and live in the moment. Because if you're constantly looking forward to the future and always not happy with, like, if you're not grateful for what you've got now, you'll never be grateful.
It's like that picture of the guy walking, seeing a guy on a bike, and was like, I wish I had a bike.
Yeah.
And the bike, wish I had a car. Wish
Yeah.
I had a fast car. Wish I had a jet. Wish I had.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now, I learned at a young age, just be grateful for what you got now because you're never going to be, if you're not grateful for what you've got now, you will never be grateful.
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, once I get the jet, I'll be grateful. And once I get the bigger house and once I get that, because if you can't look around you and you've got a roof over your head, you're not on the street. Fuck, I don't know if you heard my last podcast with Christian, bro, eating fucking newspaper. They
Oh,
were,
yeah, I did
they
see
were
that,
hunting
yeah.
iguanas.
Yeah, it's
He'd look
crazy.
after the house when he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, if you listen to that fucking podcast, I guarantee anyone who thinks that they're doing it tough or their life is fucking rough,
Yeah.
they will feel some sort of gratefulness. And
Yeah, thanks.
and that's the thing. If you can't be grateful for what you got now, you'll just never ever be grateful.
Well,
So for
I'm
me,
almost- yeah,
like
yeah.
when you're saying when does it stop?
Yeah.
I think it'll always go, but I'm so grateful for what I got and I'm enjoying the journey, whereas I used to look forward to where I want to be. I used to say, fuck, I wish I could just skip 3 years. Like that's how
yeah.
how fucking hungry I was to get places.
Can't wait to be 18.
I would have said, if you said, hey, here's a pill and you'll black out and you'll be 21 to 25, but you'll have all the house and that.
Yeah.
Bro, I would have done it.
Yeah, but now.
No fucking way,
go
bro.
back.
Because I love the journey. I love
Yeah.
the good, the bad, the fucking
That's what
the
people need
things
to
I
understand.
learn, and that's the biggest thing I think is like being grateful, enjoying the journey, and like plus having Saint changed my whole perception on shit. Like
Okay.
now my happiness is his. So I used to think buying a new car would make me happy. It does a little bit. Like don't get me wrong, fuck BT Clubby, how are ya?
Yeah.
But but generally, if I buy him like a new push bike,
His
I swear to
excitement.
God, I get more happy off that than buying a new car.
Yeah.
Seeing his face, he's just pumped. He goes for a ride. He's learning. Like, I can't explain it, but your happiness just becomes like, they're just like a little happiness machine. That
Mini you.
And then that's why, like, it's fuck, because I don't want to spoil him and make him a brat, but at the same time, I'm so
Yeah.
obsessed with seeing him, like, I
Yeah.
just want to do, even when
Especially
it
when
comes
you
to
say
like,
no because, like, the hardest thing for you is saying no because you need to, not because you can't afford it.
Yeah, it's
You know
a
what I mean?
discipline,
Yeah.
But even like, old me, get a spare weekend, I'll be like, fuck, let's take a fucking boat out for 3 days and go here and party and whatever. Now, like, I literally just booked Australia Zoo. I'm like, I can't wait till he sees the animals.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be fucking like, it's crazy how much it changes your perception of
Growing
like,
up is
happiness.
Wow,
It's-
for sure. But back on like skipping time is people always say, oh, if I have that, then I'll be happy. Not just like, oh, I'll be content, I want a better car. But like I'm like the last month for me, I've been struggling like with shit as we always do. And today I was having a shower this morning and I was like, it's so funny because I remember being in a shower and water running over my head, being like 15, feeling this way and just like, I'm just sad, I guess. I'm not depressed, but just having
Down.
having a hard week.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, if I was rich and had all these things and I was, hanging out with Troy and a hot girlfriend and all this, I'd just be so happy. But then you get here and you're just like, oh, we're all fucking human. We have emotions. And I think that is what's getting me through it is like, I've been in these hard times before and then I'll
And you're
eventually
still
have
copping
that.
them now. So,
Yeah. And then
so stop looking at the future like you're not going to have them.
Yeah, exactly that. And then I think knowing this and being self-aware of all of this and going back on you, when Saint's at that age, bro, and he's sad and shit, I think communication with them is going to be everything. And the fact you're not just dad, you're like Troy. You know what
But
I
he'll
mean?
probably think I'm a loser. You know, when kids are like,
The
they're like,
fact-
shut up, Dad, you're embarrassing. I'll be
Yeah.
let's go rip some skids in the clubby.
Yeah. Because
But you're right. I said to Anita, I want to have, because I love my dad, but I would not tell him about a problem
Yeah,
because
that's what
he
I'm
would
saying.
fucking smack the
Yeah.
fuck out of me. Like
don't be a bitch
not
and
like
cry.
DHS, come fucking
No.
do something about it. But the old days, he'd fucking whack me with a fucking spoon across the ass, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
you know, he'd just fucking blast me, and I was that scared. Now I look back, there was so many big fuck ups that I had. If I had just fucking reached out to him, he would have solved it. But at the time, it was that big of a thing. I put myself through hell dealing with it by myself. But I could have reached out to him and said, Dad. Like, I remember one time I took out this car when I was 16. I put it through a fence at school on my lunch break.
Fuck.
And I ended up, I had no money, but I had a dirt bike.
Yeah.
So I fucking gave it to my mate and to cover the excess. And, you know, looking back, Dad, it was probably just a couple of grand for excess. And
Yeah.
Dad probably would have fucking sorted out. And yeah, like, he would have smacked the shit out of me and shit. But
it
bro,
would.
at the same time, I'm like, I couldn't sleep.
End
Thought
of
the
the
cops
world.
were going to come get me.
Yeah.
I fucking didn't know if I should go back and fix their fence and I was the car and oh man, like bro, I was honestly like, is life worth living? Like, should I just, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I was like,
facts.
and now I look back, I'm like, and do you know what's funny? I've had things like that now where even in the last 3 years, I've had things happen that are that fucking bad.
Overwhelming.
Where
and
I'm
just-
like,
Yeah.
like fuck, is life worth living?
Yeah.
Now I look back that I got through it, I'm like, fuck, why do I think? Why
What
when
the
something
fuck?
bad happens do
Yeah.
I think like that? Like, that's one thing I think that people need to understand is when bad shit happens, time will heal it. Like always, whether it's a breakup, bad thing at work, injury, fuck, whatever it is, time will heal it. Even if it's, you know, unfortunately like someone passing or whatever, time will heal it. And so at that time when the bad thing has happened, it's so fucking hard to think positive and go, it's gonna be okay. But at the time, you're just like, this is fucked. And
It consumes
I'm
you.
so strong now, like touch wood. But when bad shit happens now, people like trip out because I laugh because I'm just like, oh, like what? I'm like, oh no, fucking what's next? Fucking that happened, this happened.
I got
like,
that tattooed on my neck, perspective. The reason why you laugh is because you see it as a challenge. Your thing of time will heal it. It will. But like some people are 30 and they're still crying over the 16-year-old when they were in high school that broke up with her. Oh, she was the love of my life. Because they stay there.
Yeah.
Time only heals it if you see shit as a challenge. Like you said, a family member passing. When I was 10, dad dead. And yeah, end of the world then. But now being Trey, it's the reason I'm here. And you got to use it. And
Yeah.
And if like the guy that stole my laptop, $5,000, that fucking, that kills me.
Bro, I saw it in your eyes.
That kills me.
You're just like, you didn't even talk. You were
I
just
wanted to
like,
kill him. I wanted to cry. I wanted to, I don't know. I was just so torn and it broke me. And I was like, it's all good.
bro, I guarantee in a week, maybe
Yeah.
not a week, maybe 2 weeks.
2
you'll
years, I'll be
like-
back to normal.
But if you took it,
But if
give
it
a
was
fuck.
you, but yeah, it's just your perception on your situation. Some people
Yeah.
cry like a bitch for a few weeks, or you can get over it like that because you can't go back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I want to get you on, because your mindset for your age is fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah.
to have that sort of, and you're right, because I get the inboxes. Oh, you know, I'm from a broken family. My mum smokes crack. This, that. Can I have $1,000? I'm just like,
Fuck.
what fuck? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you've got a shit hand dealt. I'm sorry, and I can't relate because you know I didn't have that, but. Fuck, it's no excuse.
I had a
Like,
kid message me saying, "Hey, bro, can you buy me a Suron because my mum and dad can't afford it?" One, there's $6 fucking grand. Like, what the hell? And if your mum and dad can't afford it, go make some money and help them out.
Yeah.
Like, but it's hard to have these conversations. And the reason I'm speaking about these things is I know my audience will watch it too. It's hard to have these conversations with a kid because they're just, I don't know, fucking selfish and greedy, and they got to understand that it isn't always about them. When they're in a situation where mum's a crackhead and, you know, dad's dead and they can't afford shit, it's like, bro, that should be your drive to go make money. Like Adrian, he was in that position, doesn't want to be in it anymore, and that's why he's here.
Yeah.
But people are just like,
Well-
they want hand. Troy, I need money.
The hard thing is too, when I was young, there was no Instagram, so 18-year-old Troy couldn't see what 18-year-old Paul was doing because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all compare lives.
Yeah,
And that's something
that's a fucking fact.
that everyone fucking does. And
Yeah.
I don't now, and I'm
Well, you can't when you're
took me-
sitting with Adrian. You can't be pissed because you're sitting with a private jet. It's like when I started hanging out with Adam. I'm
bro,
like, I like
trust
my car.
me,
There's a
I've been
fucking
with
Lambo.
Adrian for lunch, and he'll walk out,
Yeah.
and he'll go, "Fuck this! I'm sick of being the brokers come to the table. I need to level up." Like
Like, if
there's
you're a
just
jealous
levels
person,
and levels and levels and
Yeah,
levels.
yeah.
But
You realize
you know,
that.
I think I don't know. It's just all about like, you know, when you see these kids, they're growing up now. They can see who everyone's doing, what they've got. They also get sucked into people who put fake like, you know,
Well,
the
social media
lavish
is
life.
highlights.
Yeah.
It's-
So
Even these
that's why
kids.
me, you know, all the bad shit, my fucking shop burning down, me closing down my fucking, you know, clothing brands, this, that. I'll post everything. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's good. Like, obviously, it builds character with you, but then, well, it's like you said, that cult following, because you have a cult following too. You're not just Troy Candy, entertainer that blows tires off. Like, people have followed you from when they're young to now adults, and
Yeah.
they've seen that journey. He's shot
We're almost
burnt down.
friends and I haven't even met him.
Yeah, but like they've watched you for so long, and all this shit has happened, and then you're clearly still standing on 2 feet, and it just fucking makes them realize, yo, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's possible. I'm kind of doing it all for my little brother. That little he's going through the ringer right now.
Really?
Well, he's just in that stage where he doesn't know what he wants to do. I want to be an MMA fighter.
Well, how old is he?
15.
Yeah.
And he wants to be an MMA fighter. And I'm like, bro, just fucking knuckle down for the next 7 years and take the belt. But I text him and I'm like, hey, bro, have you done your cardio? Have you went to the gym? Yeah, I went 3 hours this week. And I'm like, how long have you spent on your video game? Oh, probably like 6. You're fucked up.
Yeah.
Switch those numbers around and...
Yeah. But
You
that's
know?
what I mean. It's hard for like kids that age. Like, I didn't even know what MMA was when I was 15 because
thanks.
MMA's blown up on like social media and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And like, same thing I said, you know, comparing lives. But kids have got to grow up now, you know. 18-year-old Timmy who drives a fucking Hyundai, he sees 18-year-old Timmy driving a C63S, but little does he know, he fucking rented it and took a sick
Perspective.
Instagram photo, or maybe he is killing it and he's done well, or maybe he's got rich family. But
Yeah.
if you can't like fucking block that out and think that you deserve to have something like,
Well, not even block it out. It's how you use it. Like I would look at when I was 18, I was looking at cunts my age driving a Lambo, and I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I don't want to see that. I want to block it
Yeah.
out." I'm like, "All right, I want that."
yeah,
Like,
but you need to
fuck
block
yeah.
out. I mean, why you don't deserve it. You can't say I deserve that. Like you can't say like that kid who asked you to buy that thing for 6K.
Yeah, yeah.
He thinks he deserves it.
Yeah.
Because he's probably seen another kid his age with
sure.
it. No, brother, you don't deserve it. Otherwise
does
you'd
he
have
have
it.
that?
Otherwise you'd have it if you deserved it because you fucking
Yeah.
work hard. And that's the thing I think, like, you know, I see, you know, everyone around me fucking killing it, got fucking 70-foot yachts, 80-foot yachts.
Mm.
And I'm not like, where the fuck's my yacht? You know, I'm
facts.
like, I'm not at that stage yet. You know,
But you also know, like, if you know Adrian gave you a task and he said, "Bro, by the end of next year, you better have a yacht of this." You're able to dial in and get that fucking yacht.
Oh, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm fucking all over law of attraction,
these
manifesting.
kids
I
don't
do
as
my
well.
vision boards, bro. If I put, bro, it's fucking crazy. I've got so all my vision boards I do on Photoshop, and I save the PSD every year. So I got like 2011 till now, and bro, I should probably even just do a fucking video just on that. It is fucking
Scary.
crazy, bro. Like,
Scary.
bro. When I was making these vision boards, so I started off like back when the first one was baby steps. It was stuff that was high but not crazy.
Yeah.
And then as I started going back and I was ticking them off, I'm like, I got G'd up. So I'm just like, fuck, go bigger, go bigger, go bigger.
Yeah.
And like, fuck, that actually reminds me. I
don't
haven't
even
done a
realise.
vision board this year, but
Yeah, you need to.
I need to. But
It's scary
when
because,
you
like-
hit your goals, you get so hungry and amped because you're like, fuck, I can do anything.
Yeah. It just scares the fuck out of me because everything I've said, it has all come true, good and bad.
Yeah.
And then sometimes something bad. Like the other week, 2 weeks ago, you look at my search history and it's me looking for laptops. And I was on Apple and I was like, fuck, I shouldn't buy one because I got one. I don't need one. And then my laptop got stolen. It could be, but small things like that. Even, for example, me working with Adam, I came home from a run one night and it was 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was crying because like I was making money, but we're kind of going under, and I was in this weird spot, moving house, and I was fucked. And I was like, I came home, snuggled like next to Brielle, kind of sobbing. And I was looking up to Dad, because I talked to Dad, and I'm like, yo, put an opportunity in front of me and I'll capitalize. I'm not asking for a handout. I don't want to find a bag with $100,000. Put something there and I'll watch me dominate this. And then after 3 months, Adam replied to my text the next morning. And he said, like, before he went to bed or when he woke up, he just had some feeling to reply back to my text. And he'll vouch for it as well. And he
What
replied
the
back to my
fuck?
text. And I said, yo, let's train. He said, don't bring a camera. And I just was like, fuck it, I'm bringing it anyways. Filmed. He liked the video, asked what camera set up. We bought it, didn't know how to use it. And then I've just started filming for him ever since. And it's obviously brought me another income and now we're killing it.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that's like full manifesting and just being like, yo, I'm not asking for a handout. Put something there and watch me fucking dominate. Adam felt it too. And it was just, it's fucking, it's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
nuts.
But it scares me if I say, yo, I want to die on the way home. I don't.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yeah,
But
that's the
manifesting's
thing.
real,
Like,
bro.
that's a part of manifesting. You can manifest the good, but you also got to not manifest the bad.
Life
Like,
sucks. It's so hard.
yeah, or when you
Nothing
go,
will ever
oh,
get better.
you know, if you start, I noticed like I used to do it, say funds got tight, and I'm like, fuck, I got no money. Fuck, I got no money. I'd just fucking have no money for ages.
Yeah.
And until I just flick a switch, I'm like, fuck it, I'll be right.
Yeah.
Money will come in. Fucking some crazy shit happens, and it does. Or like, say when I'm like, fuck, you know, I need money, like whatever. And then as soon as I flick that switch, someone will literally ring my phone and go, hey, I saw your car on car sales. Fucking,
I'll pay you twice the price.
yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's been up for ages. Like, yeah.
And being self-aware, like people that are fat and shit, like they'll look in the mirror and be like, I'm not that fat. Oh, I'm not that overweight. It's like, yo, I am. Like, I am overweight. I don't like how I look. Let's make a fucking change.
Yeah.
And then shit starts happening.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you just got to be self-aware and fucking accept it and dominate, because the main thing is money. But if you're like, oh, I'm broke, I have no, it's so hard, life's never going to get better. No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's crazy. But you know the hardest thing is you don't learn this shit in school. You learn fucking how to use a Bunsen burner. You learn algebra. Fuck, man, if school's taught about like positivity, negativity, and
Yeah.
you know, mindset. Fuck, like,
That's why they have us,
Yeah.
social media.
yeah,
Learn from
true.
Joy.
That's the thing. We're all still learning, eh?
But most people learn their shit. Like if I needed to find something out, I would just YouTube. Straight
Oh,
to
bro,
YouTube.
this
I ain't picking up a book.
generation,
I ain't-
fuck. When people ask for money or do a business, I'm like, oh my god,
Google.com.
I'm like, you have Google, you have AI, you have social media. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my dad had to start a business and pay money to Yellow Pages to put his thing in there, and then you'd have to look for something and find 8 million other business in little black and white writing, and decide to go, I'm going to try
number.
him. You know, there was no reviews, there was no photos, there was no nothing. You're literally a bit of text in a fucking book, like
That's
80
crazy.
inches thick. You know, at least when I started Eye Candy, there wasn't business for social media, but I made a Facebook page and I made the first name Eye Candy and last name Motorsports. And I got held for it. Everyone's like, why are you putting your business on thing? I'm like, I can't afford to advertise. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to make photo albums of all my work. And when people want to see, I'll say, hey, just go on this Facebook page and look. And
That's fine.
it's fucking nuts.
But that's
because-
just being creative and
well, bro, I'm just using the tools we got there
Yeah.
in front of us. And
People
now
don't.
the tools are fucking nuts. Like, bro, I'm working on Flipside, and I reckon what would have taken me 100 hours took me 3 with AI, like product descriptions, backstory, fucking, you know, website layouts to fucking coding to ads to ideas to
Yeah,
catchphrases to logo design. Bro,
Everything.
that shit would, if I outsourced that, if I was 18 trying to outsource that, I'd spend 100 grand, bro. It was free. I literally, it's just, there's no excuse now. We got free advertising, free. AI is pretty much a full-time employee that can do anything that you
it's
want.
Fucked.
It is. Bro, it's
that.
actually scary. Did you see the fake Adrian thing where it's like, he's on the news and he's like, I'm giving anyone.
Changes the voice.
Yeah,
They did that
he's
with
like-
Elon. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Adrian one was like hectic. It was like, because I think I had like Peter Hitchener from Channel 9. He's like, oh, we got Adrian here. He's giving away people on his online casino. And like,
Yeah.
it used to be like, hey, like Troy, like a fake Troy Candy profile saying, hey, you win $7 million, inbox me. And you're
Yeah,
like,
but now it's
like
verbal.
It's fucking.
There's a
bro.
grandma that actually got scammed out of 15 grand because her grandson, which was actually AI generated voice, called
rang her.
and was like, "I'm in jail. I need money now. Can you send it through?" And obviously, being an old lady and vulnerable, she flicked it and just lost it all. AI's, and I called my grandparents and my mum, and I was like, "Yo, if I ever call you for money, like text me and." Make sure it is me. Even when my mum sends me a link or someone sends me a link, I text them back and I'm like, hey, yo, did you send me this? And then they call me and they're like, yeah, I did. And then click on it. Because people keylog and then they log into your shit, steal all
Well, I
your
saw,
stuff through
they-
links.
They said you
me the
should
fuck
make a
out.
secret word with your partner or mum and that. So
Yeah, right.
because soon they'll start calling.
I just call them.
and then you go, when you're on the phone to them, say, what's the secret word?
Yeah. Or what's my birthday?
Well, they'll know your birthday probably on AI.
Oh, true.
But you make a secret word like zucchini dick, and then you're like, oh, okay.
That's 2 words.
Make it
Sit
harder.
around and chit chat.
But yeah, it is fucking, bro. It's crazy.
Scary, but like you said, there's no excuse for, hey, Troy, can I have $1,000? Hey, Troy. Like, and also too, people think that I just have $1,000.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Like-
I've got a mortgage up to my balls,
Yeah, like-
and people are like, "Oh, Troy, can you just lend me $20K?"
No, it's funny. That's another thing, the perception of like social media. People think that I'm rich. When I go on these weekends, like you boys, you hooked up my flight. Or when I'm in a penthouse with Adam, he's paying for it. I can't afford $5,000 a night suites.
What he's doing in the penthouse?
Well, OnlyFans, subscribe. But things
Yeah.
like that, they just see,
Yeah, it's a
or we're in a
perception,
Rolls
yeah.
Royce. They're like, oh, did you buy a Rolls Royce in Melbourne for the weekend? No, they just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it actually is nuts. So yeah, what I was gonna say is obviously a lot of people just tune in. They're like, "Fuck, all right, Trey's hanging out with everyone and he's doing cool shit. He's making cool content. How's he affording to live?"
Yeah.
Do you care talking about that? Like,
No, yeah, I don't like talking about.
actually, what did you do
figures.
for work before? Like, what was your last full time job?
Last full time job was disability support work.
How long ago was that?
Middle, well, I don't know what year it is. Not the middle of last year, the middle of the one before. So 2022. Yeah.
Fuck, so that's not that long ago.
Yeah, no, I've worked. People just think I just picked up a camera and I became Jay.
Yeah.
But I worked at KFC. I was washing trucks. I was a Sparky for 3 years, and then it was just me and the boss in the business. And COVID came, and he moved to Mongolia, and I couldn't get a job because no one wanted the Sparky in the house. So I went on Centrelink for a little bit, and then I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not living on Centrelink." So then, I just picked up a gig in a chicken factory, worked in a freezer. Mind you, doing all of this shit, I was doing like 40-hour weeks on content, just trying to learn. And then I was in a freezer moving boxes, went into disability support because I was like, it's a morally right thing to do, help someone in need.
Plus good pay.
Yeah, good pay for sure, but fuck, you cannot do it for the money if you don't have a heart. That
Yeah.
like, I got some, bro. Like a fully grown man, and he would piss, and he'd just piss everywhere because he doesn't hold his dick. And then I'd have to clean it. He'd shit, can't wipe his ass. A guy would go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, shit, wipe his ass with his hands, wipe it on the wall, and then doggy crawl like through his leg all the way back, leave marks.
Fuck
And I'd have to wake up
off.
and clean it in the morning. It's a rough gig. It's not just like spoon feeding
It's not
them.
easy money, is it?
No, well, it's good money. It's not easy money.
No.
And I would take this dude to the shop, and he would just like scream at me in the middle. It was crazy. But I was doing all that and content. I moved here, done the same thing, and then I was like,
Because you're from, well, I found out where you're from.
Central Coast,
Because we
yeah.
went to the hometown.
Shout out Duncan.
Shout out Central Coast.
that
Fuck
was,
me.
they're rowdy down there.
And then you, how'd you get enough money to drop your disability work?
So I was doing social media, and I started doing like little kind of shout outs for people and making some money. And then I said, fuck this. I'm just going to go all in. And then on a Sunday night, I said to Brielle, Monday, I'm quitting my job. I'm going all in on social media. I woke up Monday and I got
Wait,
a
what sort of
message.
money were you making when you said this?
Um,
And if there's anything too personal, just
no, I don't actually know.
like you had
But
nothing regular. You weren't on like regular retainers. You were just sort of
Yeah, so like in my disability support, I was making like $3,500 a fortnight
Hmm.
before tax or whatever that was, or after tax. I don't actually know, but I was making solid money.
Yeah.
So dropping that off was fucking huge. But I was like, oh, I don't know if you should do that. But I was doing a bit of like e-com fucking drop shipping on the side, and then doing little promos on my Instagrams. I was making enough to pay rent because we just moved to the Gold Coast, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to send it. And I woke up the Monday morning and EHP Labs reached out to me and they were like, do you want a sponsorship? And Brio, wake up. At the time, it was like EHP Labs is the fucking biggest company that's ever reached out. I'm going to crazy. And then it just kind of blossomed from there into this world.
And now, what would are you still with EHP?
Yeah, Code Trey.
Go Trey.
But even that's crazy. Like I was doing, $60,000+ a month just on Pride pre-workout for saying, look at this Pride, it's good for you. Use Code Trey at checkout, and
You're making them $60K a month.
yeah, and
Mad.
I'm on like I don't even know if I can say it, but I'm on a percentage, a commission,
Yeah.
and I don't feel scummy for that because some people are like, oh, promoting your sellout. I got to make money. You save money using my code on a product you're going to buy anyways, and you help me
It's a good
out.
product. It's like,
For sure.
lately, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Someone can answer me this. Online casinos. I don't gamble. I don't go
Everywhere.
to pokies. I don't do anything. So I'm very behind times, but I'm getting offered insane amount. Well,
I got offered.
not insane, but around 50K a swipe up a story for like heaps
20
of
grand a
different-
week.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting one story 50K, bro. This is like the third joint.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
Yeah, but that's
Just-
the thing
I
is when
can't
people
do it.
call you a sellout. Like I got called a sellout for EHP Labs, and
But that's what I mean. That's a good product. Like, what if
Yeah,
I'm
what the
looking
fuck
for?
am-
What if I'm looking? I need some pre-workout. Need this. Need that. Oh, perfect. Trade just saved me
pre-workout,
money.
fat burners, protein. Like you buy this shit anyways.
Yeah.
And you watch me. It's like using my code helps me directly a lot, so I appreciate it. But you're also saving money as well.
Bro, it's even like the LMCT stuff and people go, oh, scammers, this, that. I'm like, bro, if you don't want it, don't get it. But there's heaps of people who spend $5 a week. They go into every single draw, which is be exciting. You get hope every night when you
100%.
go live. But bro, you get discounts to thousands of businesses. And like these are legitimate businesses from like tires, mechanical, or even to furniture or to
got
beauty.
PTs on there now?
Yeah, they got PTs. They got,
Yeah.
bro, I guarantee you spend $5 a week and you could easily save $100 a month minimum
Yeah.
on all the services if you actually used it.
Yeah.
So like all these people going, do you know what it is? When I was young, we had like these books that you buy, like
Coupons.
yeah, and they were like $20 for the book or $100 for the book. But if
Yeah.
you actually used everything, you could save thousands. It was like
100%.
KFC boxes and this and that. It's just a fucking digital version of that, but with the huge fucking bonus that you can win houses and
Yeah,
cash.
that's the bonus.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, it's just crazy to me because since joining, people are like, oh, they're scammers. They're only saying that because they haven't won.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, I always say this to people. If Adrian calls you, hey, mate, you just won $100,000.
You won't be calling them
they're not
scammers
like, nah,
anymore.
mate, don't believe it.
Yeah.
Duncan, when we gave him the keys, he's like, I don't believe yous.
Yeah.
You're just a fucking sore loser.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're
And every
getting
winner
into.
says the same. They go, oh, fuck, I never thought I'd win.
Yeah.
Like, no one thinks they're going to win.
And I actually said to Duncan because we were in the car going to that skid pad, I said to him, I was like, be honest, did you believe in it? And he said he's used the like codes and stuff like that. But
Oh,
he's-
yeah.
But he's like, oh, I don't know, your chances are slim, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't you sitting in the car, you just fucking won. Like,
How crazy is
yeah,
that?
it was so awesome. I'm so glad it went
That
through.
was a sick handover.
That was absolute wild.
So back to your money.
Yeah.
But currently, EHP Labs sponsorship,
Yeah.
doing shout outs here and there.
Yeah.
Getting
Shout
some
out
work
Troy
with
Candy.
LMCT now.
I'll collect the bag after. Shout out Troy Candy. Yeah, working with LMCT.
LMCT. What
And
else is
well,
on?
I had
Oh, you could do an ebook?
Yeah, I'm dropping an ebook
Or
with
am I allowed
Adam.
to say that?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
come. Actually, it was meant to drop 2 weeks ago. I just haven't made content just yet.
Yeah.
I'm busy. But yeah, dropping an ebook for like nutrition and a little bit of coaching advice, I guess.
Is that a club with Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
And then obviously doing Adam's videography, which is pretty
Yep.
fucking
Oh
awesome.
yeah, dude. That's fucking.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Doing for Adam.
full time.
And then I did have a brand Filthy Pump that was actually doing really fucking well, stringers, shirts, all that type of shit. But I started getting into more lifestyle, not just gym. Oh, I want to step on stage. I love that stuff, but
You wanted to branch off a bit.
yeah, Filthy Pump was very niche. You're not going to go to a dinner and wear Filthy Pump and a stringer.
Yeah.
I want something that you can wear all around.
You
like
might
in
go
a
to the
car.
brothel and give someone a filthy pump.
Yeah, well, that was another thing too. Our brand logo at the start was white and orange, and people thought it was Pornhub and Filthy Pump. So I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
And then I'm going to work on a different branch of like merch.
Oh, so you want to get back into the merch?
Well, I get messages all the time. Do you have any merch? People just want to feel again part of that
Well,
community.
that's what I was asking. At this time you're doing, you're really working for everyone else. You're working for yourself, but you're doing everyone else. And
For sure.
people with a following like you, like I say, I keep coming back to it because it's fucking rare to actually have a cult following. Are usually the ones that have a successful brand of their own.
Well, that's what I want, and that's what Filthy Pump was headed. But before it got too big, I just was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, dial back. Let's rebrand the name, something that'll be my forever home, and then run that big. That's able to be in any area that I go.
Yeah.
Because it's all over the fucking shop.
And
You
then
know?
what about the LSA Wags?
Well-
You've been making heaps of content with that. I think that's opened up your audience a lot.
Yeah, they
the
love it. They
like
love
same
it.
as me, like people like, oh, don't you want a BMW? Don't you want this? I'm like, look, I do want an AMG and doing this, but I'm like,
E63S, 1,000 horsepower.
but I'm like, fuck, no one really cares about it. I'll do like I did donuts in a fucking Hurricane in like the middle of Gold Coast.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Gets like 3 likes. I bet you if I did donuts in the GDO
Or in my
in
car.
your car, it'd go viral. It's
Yeah.
just like, and that's what I like to be relatable and stay connected to the audience. So for me,
Well, more people drive a Combi than a Lambo.
yeah, and that's what I mean. So that's why I got my HSVs, but I know this for you has opened up a whole new audience. Have you got a new bonnet?
Yeah, I got the ZL1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, no, I love the wagons. I've always had wagons.
Yeah, okay.
My first car, Subaru Liberty wagon, and then I went Hilux, and that was shit I didn't really like off the ground.
Yeah.
Unless I have both. I'd like both worlds. But yeah, I don't know. And then I got the V6 that I LS swapped, and then this.
Did you vlog all the LS swap and stuff?
I don't remember.
Because I know
I did, it'll
Shady
be on
said
my
that built
YouTube.
his audience.
The
Shady had a V6 and he
Yeah.
engine swapped it, and he said
I
it was
followed
crazy
the
because
journey.
it really started his audience. Did you vlog all yours and shit?
Yeah, everything. Like I bought this
No,
stock.
the other
Oh,
one.
the same thing. When it was a V6,
Yeah.
and then obviously the conversion, and then even just when the Varex exhaust came and put that on.
Yeah.
Because people feel like they're a part of it.
Yeah.
And when I got this, I got it stock.
Well, it was
and-
more like I remember when I was like 18, I had a V6 VT.
Yeah.
I used to, back then it was like forums because there was no
Oh, yeah,
Facebook
like
and
Reddit type
social
shit.
media. Yeah, it was one called Street Commodores. So everyone just put their cars on there, what they've done, their mods. And obviously you can follow certain threads. I had all the threads followed where people had a VT and engine swapped it to the 5.7 litre or the,
Right.
So for me being like 16, if you had the fucking SV6 and did the engine swap, I'd be because that's what
Same
you want to
shit.
do.
Yeah, yeah. They just, I don't know, they want to do it. Especially youngins that are just driving V6s, they can't wait to get in an 8. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But,
you're going to hang on to that for a bit?
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
I
You still
really-
got a bit of done. You want to do the interior and shit, eh?
Well, yeah, I want the boys to hook me up with the interior, and then I want the starlights, and I want it to drive actually properly. So
Yeah.
I need a new tune and whatnot.
You had a bit of a shit run on that, but once you weed it out.
Yeah, I
it'll
mean,
crack.
it's cars, and then change the wheels. I kind of want it perfect, and then, I mean, I don't know, fuck it off and get an E63S. Because I don't just want one car,
Mm.
and then I can't go buying that and this and this and this. So might have to swap it for something and come back.
I'm the same. I almost like people are like, oh, how do you get rid of the car? Like, how do you give it away once you've done all that? It's like for me, getting it to that stage is the fun bit.
Yeah.
It's
Facts.
like I was the kid on Need for Speed that didn't give a fuck about racing. I just wanted to get money so I could do up
Build
my
it.
car.
Yeah. Even people like they froth cars like this and they're like, can't wait to get it. That is a pain in the ass to daily. Because like today throughout the day I had a fucking headache and I'm at the lights and it's boom, boom, boom. And it's physically throwing
Breathing
you
in
around
the
like this.
85.
And it's, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's fun because you smoke people at the lights and it's loud, it roars. Cops behind you, you fucking shit yourself. But it's just not practical for a daily. So I'd like
That's why
something.
people spin out because I'm in a golf buggy every day. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
the
it's
best.
quiet, it's electric, it's got radio, it's
Yeah.
comfy.
So
I
I'm
can
getting
jump in and
motorbike.
out. I don't even have to open the doors. I just,
Yeah.
but fuck, it's, and you know what? I feel like you lose appreciation for a car when you drive it daily. So when
100%.
when you leave it for a whole week and then you take it out on Sunday, you're like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
When you're driving it every day, you're like, oh, I hate this piece of shit.
Yeah, it's so funny.
How crazy.
People are like, oh, it's so cool you have that car. And I'm like, fuck, sometimes I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a motorbike.
Yeah.
Just cheaper on fuel. E85 daily and that fucking thing is
It's
just,
cheaper on fuel until it fucking rains. Then you
Yeah,
just-
well then I have that. Both best of both. I've been zipping around on the skateboard, to be honest.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, shout out Evolve Skateboards, bro. That thing pumps. It goes like 55 kilometers an hour.
I can't even stand on a skateboard at 1K an hour. Like I'm just retarded,
There's a video. We'll get Troy on the
bro.
skateboard.
No
You
way.
drive motorbikes and stuff.
I went down a hill on a
Same thing.
skateboard, sitting on my ass, and I fell off and took all the skin off.
Yeah,
Like
you don't fucking sit on it.
it seems safer at the time.
Yeah, no steering wheels.
I was going to say, before I wrap it up, there was actually one question I wanted to ask you because we're talking about kids and you're obviously in a stable relationship, but you are very young. Do you and Brio ever talk about kids or
We talk about everything. Yeah, we talk about everything.
Have
You
you
don't-
got a age, like, because there's one thing, people are like, oh, how'd you know when you want a kid? I realised, I said to Anita, once we start this business, I'll have a kid. Once we move to Queensland,
no
we'll have a
perfect
kid.
time.
Once we get the house, we'll have a kid.
Yeah.
I realised you'll never actually be like, guess what, babe? Today's the day.
Now.
I'm ready for a kid.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Pop it out.
Yeah, it scares the fuck out. Well, for me, scared the fuck out of me. Even right up until, you know.
Did you try it and then you got sane, or did it kind of just happen and you're like, fuck, we got to make it work?
She got to the point where she was asking me that much. She pretty much said, I'm going to fucking leave you.
Oh, I remember you saying. Yeah.
And then we actually did fall pregnant. She fell pregnant but had a miscarriage, which was hectic. And then we said, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe we're not ready yet.
Yeah.
And then she fell pregnant like 2 months after that. Like we weren't actually trying. It was actually a night I proposed to her. But
Shit.
do you like, have you got a, what age when you're, like you said, you're still young, still
I want
learning,
to
still
propose
finding
first,
yourself?
that's for sure. And I speak that to about her. I'm like, yo, if I proposed tonight, what would you say? And
Yeah.
she's like, obviously I'd say yes, but like maybe 2 years because she's turning 21 at the end of the year.
Fuck, so she's younger than you.
Yeah, and I just turned 23. And so like, I don't know, when I'm like 25, I'll propose, and then probably around my 27 mark, we'll look into having kids. But to be honest, next year, if she gets pregnant, I don't know. Like
You guys are happy?
yeah, like I don't know if she would be, because my life's hectic, and obviously she would have to take a big role of it because I can't always be there. So it's more her choice.
What's she do for work?
Oh, what you do, Troy?
Oh, actually.
What you do,
no, I
Troy?
actually forgot.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll show you. Hey, free shout out.
Shout out
Fucking-
OnlyFans, yeah,
Sup?
breathe. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
I can flip. We should do one. Get her on the show. I'm sure
Yeah.
she's got some cool
she
shit to say.
won't really speak. But
Really? She's
happy to
shy?
yeah, but she's so
Really?
Yeah.
She does content with you, all, like not porn, but like
Yeah, well,
she does. Like
yeah.
she's always jumping on your reels and shit.
She's the best person. She's like fucking awesome. But I don't know. She's just really, really shy.
I'm surprised because you literally do cooking videos together.
Yeah,
you
she's
do-
the best. She just fucking freezes up. But that's just, I don't know what it is.
True.
That's just some people, the introverts.
Yeah.
But like when you get to know her, she's
Oh,
fucking
cameras
awesome.
are hard in general anyway.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, when a camera gets on and you have to be like,
Bro, I look at my old videos, like my old eye candy videos, where I'm like, "Hey guys, today we're doing up this car," and I'm like, this, I'm like, "Hey guys, today we're doing a car, and it's gonna
go
be
watch
cool."
his YouTube video where he does the walkthrough and you're at the ECM and you go, I watched that
Which
a few
one?
weeks ago. You done a walkthrough on all the cars you have a little while ago? You're like,
Oh,
cars,
2020.
Yeah.
That's not even that long ago.
yeah, but your confidence on camera
Really?
from then to now, yeah.
I might watch it.
Big difference.
True.
You weren't like, hey guys. But
Yeah,
you,
but still.
Hey guys, like your expressions were kind of like held back, whereas now you're like,
Yeah.
what's up? 24 hours, grab your packages.
Oh, now I know. Now I'm like, fuck.
It's all with
I've
experience.
got to get off the camera. I'm loving it too much.
Yeah. Like kids, don't know. Probably like 5 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that. I just got so much to do, but
Yeah.
like imagine when you're 23 and you had a kid.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Chaos.
My kid would have been in trouble.
Yeah. Chaos.
I would have felt sorry for my kid. I was
There's no
quite-
perfect time, but it'll come.
No, that's sick, bro. Well, I'm excited for you. You got some big shit coming up, and especially we do. We got with LMCT and G Up.
Yeah, I'm excited. That'll be good.
But yeah, bro, thanks for fucking jumping on. That was sick.
Thanks for inviting me. That was hectic.
Fucking legend.
Took a little while to organise it. Just so busy, but
That's all part of it, isn't it?
yeah. G up.
Cheers, bro.
Get me going state to state, blowing tires off the rim that them haters hate. ECM label, getting major pay, but get your rough ticks now, cause we give it away. Got a Ranger, got a clubby, got an AMG, and Lord knows I wanna rim bash that VT. Taking tires off the moped, man, in Bali, cause I never do it soft. When I party, up a cruises on the map, man, just ask me on your session.